Welcome in, everybody. Ty Bartel in with an edition of Player Profile. This time we head up to our friends up in Ashtabula County, up in Andover, home of the Pymatuining Valley Lakers, one of their seniors. Kelsey Britton getting to join me tonight. Kelsey, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are
I
you?
want to I'm doing great as well. I want to talk a little bit about just practices, how things are going. It's going into your senior year, so I'm sure there's some excitement, some nerves, a little bit of reflection that's going on right now. How are the practices going right now, and how's senior year going for you?
The practices are going really good. I think since we're all seniors now, the five of us, we're all starting to work really well together, and it's really starting to come together.
You want to talk a little bit about that relationship between you and the seniors too? I mean, it's always it's your year now. This is where you guys are going to be spotlighted. The banners are going to be up in the gym. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, we've really played together since fourth grade, so we have a really good connection. We all friends outside of basketball, and really just with this year, we're all starting to feel that we're seniors. We need to pull it together, try to win the NAC, go far in the tournament. So we're all happy about this year, getting nervous, excited.
Is fourth grade the first time you remember having a basketball in your hands, or do you have an earlier memory about that?
I think we all went to basketball camps since like first kindergarten, and then we all had a team in fourth grade. So
What kind of kept you going back to it year in and year out? Was it someone pushing you? Was it a genuine love for the game? What kept you coming back to basketball?
I think it was really a genuine love for the game, and all of your friends being in it really helps too. Like without basketball, I don't think I'd have as many of the same friends as I have. So all my friends kept me coming back.
What have the relationships been like for you to through basketball too? You mentioned the friends. You mentioned that you've been with them since fourth grade too. So lifelong friends that you've made from it too. What are some of the off the court memories that you have with them? Some of the best off the court memories that you have with your
Some of
friends.
the Probably some of the best off the court memories is after after summer leagues and practices in the summer. We'd all get dinner. The one time the seniors all drove us our freshman year, I think, and we went and ate Dairy Queen at the beach, and that was really fun. We went and played on the playground in Jefferson, got some ice cream. I think that's probably the most fun memories we've had. Summer league.
People, well, when we talk to people from other counties too, it's always surprising from Ashtabula too. You guys get that, you get the opportunity to
Yeah.
have the beach too after summer practices. Talk to me about just some of the fun things you get to do up there in Andover and in Ashtabula County.
Um, Really, there's not much to do. We it's kind of sparse. We have like McDonald's in our town, so not much to eat. But we really some of the fun things we do, I guess, go on the lake, boating, some kayaking, just hang out at each other's houses, have fires, really just hang out. We don't really have much, but
A lot of outdoorsy too.
yeah,
Uh, we talk about though your relationship with your friends too, and the fourth grade basketball. Basketball, that's probably also a reason too. There's something to
yeah.
do, right? You get to play basketball. Those summer camps and those experiences though, and off the court, just your relationships with your friends too. What are those relationships, and how have those been able to pan out too? You talk about going from being a freshman and getting those drives from the seniors. Do you feel that full circle moment now, being a senior and having those experiences, looking back with the freshmen on the team now, trying to find their way?
Yeah, I think it's really cool to be able to like encourage the freshmen the same way we are encouraged as freshmen. And I have a sister that's a freshman this year, so I already know her and all of her friends, and it's fun to get to push them and encourage them to play. And we have actually a pretty good turnout this year. We have like 7 or 8 freshmen, so it was really fun getting to push them to play this summer and
What's
drive
that?
them around.
What's that like, and what's that going to be like to have that 1 year with younger sis on the same team?
I think it's going to be really fun. I hope she continues to play because she's been feeling like uneasy about it, but me pushing her has really made her like kind of start to enjoy it, and I think it'll be fun to practice with her and get to see her develop.
And I'm sure looking at this year too, you guys are, like you said, going to be looking for the top spot in the NAC, second place finish last year. So I'm sure you're all pretty hungry to come out on top. Talk to me a little bit about this goal too amongst the seniors. I'm sure you guys have all been talking about it. This has probably been a goal since last year. How big of a goal is it amongst you seniors? How big of a goal is it amongst the team right now? Where do you put it priority wise?
I think that's really the top priority. That's what we're pushing for. We've been basing all of our practices, like we've been just working hard because we know we want to get that top spot. We want to finish what we started last year. Honestly, since freshman year, the team's been wanting that NAC championship, and we've all been pushing and practicing hard, coming in all the practices, doing extra time, shooting around, like bonding as a team, keeping it, trying to like win, honestly.
When you talk about your experience in basketball too, you mentioned helping out your younger sister. What's the biggest thing you've learned through the sport of basketball? The biggest thing that maybe you've worked on and improved on since when you first picked up the ball into now that you're most proud of?
I'm probably most proud of like the teamwork and like leadership, because this has really taught me that you can't just have one person that takes the ball. That will just get shut down right away. We all have to work together. We have to really know each other, because you have to know like how, when someone's going to cut, like know their style of play, know where to pass it to them. And being a leader, like telling the freshmen where to go without being mean to them, and like just helping them out instead of telling them what to do. And really working as a team has been the best thing I've learned from basketball.
What is the biggest thing you're learning about being a leader now that you are one of the seniors on the team?
I think the best thing I've learned about being a leader is that you can't really be too pushy, because that pushes them away, and you have to try to explain it more, or else they won't understand. And really taking that leadership role, you have to be nice, like encourage them to play. Don't try to push them away, even if they're not getting something right away. Like you have to understand they've never played high school basketball. You have to push them towards that goal, not just expect them to know right away.
Did it feel comfortable for you to kind of step into that role, or did you feel a little fish out of water at first?
It felt pretty comfortable for me, because I'm the president of our FFA chapter, president of the 4-H club. So I've been in that role before of helping the younger kids, and so it's not something that's new to me. But basketball is a little different than 4-H and FFA, so it's more of like a team effort instead of individual.
My oh my, young lady, double president,
Yeah.
very very impressive too. How do you find the time for all of this? How do you manage your schedule right now?
It's basically just doing something all the time: school, basketball, FFA. I'm just always busy, and my family helps out a lot. Like helps me pick up like loose strings if I've got something to do. They help me with it at like the farm or FFA. They help me with that. So,
You got to feel like that mindset's going to set you up for success too, of
oh
just
yeah,
always being busy. And do you feel off when you have like that rare off day where there isn't something going on or you don't have something to do?
yeah. I feel like something's wrong. Like I'm like, what am I? What do I need to do? I'm missing something.
When you talk about basketball in particular, Coach Cole will mention how the pep rallies, he's impressed with the community support. What is the preview of how Andover comes out for the Lakers girls basketball games? How much community support do you guys get? How much does it mean to you?
I think especially like our pink out game and our bigger games, the whole pet stands are packed. Like I think the community really cares about the basketball teams and cares about coming out to support. And since we're obviously a smaller community, the everyone cares about each other, everyone knows each other. So like if you ask someone to come support something, they're going to be there.
You mentioned that pink out game. What kind of excitement, what kind of juice does it give you when you look at the stands? They're packed and they're hollering and they're loud,
Yeah.
and that gym is getting up there in the decibels.
It's crazy. It's honestly, it's really nerve wracking. It's some like that's the only game of the year that's like really, really packed, and everyone wants us to win. It's our senior night, so it's a lot of pressure, but it's a lot of
I'm
fun
sure
too.
you are going to be serving as an admirable young lady for a lot of younger generations of girls that are going to be looking up to you and wanting to be able to balance athletics and being a president of 4-H and FFA like you are able to do. Talk to me and give me a little bit of advice. Give rather them a little bit of advice to those younger ladies that are maybe looking up to you, wanting to be in your shoes one day. What's some advice you'd give them on how to do what you're doing right now?
I think the best advice is just to get involved in everything. Like, even if you're like, oh, I want a day off, I want a little bit of time off, I want a week off, just get involved in everything you can, because before you know it, senior year is going to be there and you're going to regret not being involved in stuff. And being involved like helps you to learn more about what you want to do and learn more about yourself.
What's some of the biggest things you've learned about yourself from freshman year to senior year?
Some of the biggest things I've learned about myself, that's hard. That's a hard question. Probably that I need to step out of my comfort zone more, be a little less shy, talk to new people. Like this, I was so nervous when he first told me, but I just realized like it's just an interview, just talking. So just stepping out of my comfort zone probably.
And you're doing a very good job at it as well. I want to also give you a chance to shout out some of your favorite senior teachers right now too. It's senior year, and you're gonna get experience with a lot of these teachers. The last of the first of the last, I guess, teachers for senior year too. Who's some of your favorite teachers this year?
Actually, I only have 3 teachers. Mrs. Urchek, Mrs. Hordeski, and Mr. Mazzaro. They teach calc, physics, and ag. So probably my favorite's Mr. Mazzaro. He really pushes me out of my comfort zone, gets me to try new things, helps me like with what I want to do with my life because I want to stay in ag, and he helps me with applying to college, finding a future career. So
Does calc just make you want to pull your hair out, or are you actually pretty good at it?
some parts, like one section, I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like I know what I'm doing. Then the next section's a little rougher.
Credits to you for taking it in high school. I did it in
Yeah,
college, and oh my goodness, you want to pull your hair out. It
yeah.
feels like when doing
It's
it.
a little rough. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I want to also give you a chance to just spotlight some of your biggest supporters that have been there for you along the way too, and have always been in your corner.
Probably just my mom, dad, and grandparents. They're always showing up to every activity, showing up to everything that I'm involved in, and helping me out, giving me rides freshman and sophomore year to everything I wanted to go to, whether it's FFA, it's like school events, basketball, all the sports I've been in. And they're really just supporting me in everything I want to do. So probably give a shout out to them.
What's one of your favorite basketball memories that you have?
My favorite basketball memories is probably we do a thing like team dinners at my family's like farm shop, and we have like a little hoop set up in there and a scoreboard and scrimmaging against like our teammates. I think that's my favorite memory. And we just eat dinner, then we play against each other and just hang out and have a fun time.
Who is a basketball player or athlete that you look up to?
Like pro college.
Whatever you want. Yep.
Probably like players like Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, like all of them. I just think it's great for what they're doing for women's basketball and how they're shining the spotlight on it.
Who's one of your biggest real life inspirations?
Real life inspirations, probably my grandma, because she just does so much for everyone and she's always helping and so selfless and like she's just involved in everything too. So
I know we're doing a lot of reflecting for senior year, but I do want to look towards some future chapters in
yeah.
your book. What are some plans after everything at Pymatuining Valley is said and done, and you're moving on to the next phase of your life?
I plan on majoring in ag business. I'm not sure in what college I'm going to yet. I've applied to Ohio State and Iowa State, gotten into Iowa State. Should hear back from Ohio State soon. So just go there and then maybe come back and take over our family farms. I have a dairy farm and a grain farm. So come back and be involved in that.
Wow, you have it all lined up and ahead for you too. That's awesome. That's awesome. When I know the college selection process and trying to figure it out is always a headache too. And just what do you want to? What were some of the things you kind of narrowed down, and what were the things you were looking for in a college for you to call home for 4 years?
Probably like just the campus and like the environment. I wanted to go to an ag college, and Iowa State and Ohio State really called my name. I have family down by Ohio State, and I have a lot of friends that went there, so I feel like that would be really fun. And also, I've just been a fan of Ohio State for like my whole life since birth, honestly. And Iowa State is a college I recently found out about. Someone I knew went there. They were talking about how great it was, and I figured I'd give it a try. I really like their campus, and I want to go on another visit here soon. So,
Is it a little intimidating to potentially go out of state, or is it something that's exciting to you?
it's a little intimidating. I'm gonna miss my family if I go out of state, and I know I'm gonna like feel a little lonely. But I think it would be exciting to branch out and meet new people from other states and experience new things.
I'm excited for you and what your future holds, young lady. But I'm also excited for this upcoming basketball season and what you're going to be able to do on and off the court for that Pymatuning Valley Lakers squad. Kelsey, before I let you go, I know you got a chance to spotlight some of your biggest supporters, but I just want to give you that chance to shout out anybody else before we let you go tonight.
Probably, I just want to shout out all my fellow seniors on the team because without them, this season wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be as much fun. I probably wouldn't have made it to senior year without them. So I really want to shout out them and their support.
Shout out to them. Shout out to all their support. And shout out to you, Kelsey, for joining us tonight, too, and getting a nice little profile and a preview on this Lakers season. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for the Lakers hardcore this upcoming season. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck and a lot of skill, you guys are going to be able to claim that top spot in the
Thank
NAC.
you.
This has been an edition of Player Profile with the senior, Kelsey Britton, for the Lakers.